Hey friends, it's me, May. I'm back with another episode showcasing life on a boat. This video you'll see a lot of my confused face, my almost builder's bum, and hear lots of mms as I try to figure out how to service my engine, amongst other random boat jobs. Enjoy! So I am currently charging my batteries. I want to get them up to 100 so that if I can't use the engine for the next couple of weeks because I mess it up, at least my batteries are charged and the solar should keep it ticked over, and I'll just have to be really careful about how much I use the electricity. So yeah, I'm now also going to do a wash my bed sheets, use the washing machine, and there's a water point just down where I am right now, so as soon as I run out of water I'll be able to get some really easily. So it's a really great time for a wash. The Aga is on, it's lovely and cozy in here. I feel like I could probably take my jumper off now, and perfect drying conditions. So yeah, that is my Saturday afternoon. Inventive. I'm going to tie a knot around my bed sheet. It's now dark. That's how long it's been running for. Good morning. It is Sunday AM. I think it's about 7 o'clock. I went to bed last night at about 9:30 on a Saturday night. Yep, hardcore. This is my first weekend on the boat without having any plans, without really meeting anybody. Just relax, rest. It's early November and this is my first weekend that I can remember since the beginning of the year that I've not had a plan really. Not been going anywhere, not been doing anything, not been seeing anybody. So yeah, I'm making the most of it. Early nights, lots of rest, lots of self-care. Just about to make myself some breakfast. Normally I soak oats overnight, but I fell asleep, so completely forgot. So I'm just going to put some hot water in there to soak it a little bit quicker. And then I always start my day, first drink of the morning is always a hot drink. So half hot water, and then a squeeze of lemon, and then some cold water. Hydration for the nation, friends. Lush. Fun day Sunday on the boat. I am going to drop off my rubbish. I'm going to clean out my shower box. I'll explain later. And the biggie, I'm going to service my engine. So yeah, I'm in a relatively populated space, so if anything were to go wrong and an engineer needed to come out, then it wouldn't be too hard for them to access me. There is a pub literally up there, which is amazing, so if I do get stuck here, then that's a major bonus. And yeah, it's quiet and nice around here, so I am fully prepared. My batteries are charged yesterday. I managed to only charge the batteries to about 97%. It was just going so long. I'm wondering whether my batteries are actually on their way out. Blah blah blah. I am hoping that that is not the case. Worst case scenario always goes on in here, doesn't it? Standard behaviour. Anyway, that's going to be my day, and I'm really looking forward to having you with me just in case it all goes wrong. I really needed to use up some vegetables. They were starting to turn. So I chopped them up, put them in here last night, just before I started watching my movie and fell asleep. Left it on the Aga, and now I have ready to blend soup for lunch. Every week I try and learn a song. My evenings I'm spent on my own quite often, and instead of sitting and mindlessly watching Netflix, which I do, don't get me wrong, I try and pick up my guitar once a day and practice my repertoire of songs. And this week I've decided to learn a really, really wordy tune. So I'm going to practice it now. I learnt the words for the first verse yesterday. Let's see how this goes. Oh, 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 whoa. Creating concrete visions of a macrocosmic prism with a brilliant optimism and appropriate ambition to be open from the center, redirected to the moment. This is it, love, unrestrainable nature. We open from the edges, we challenge all our borders. There's always a new leader, there's always a new order. The pathway is proceeding and the way is always changing. We are free from what prevents us to realize our destination. Whoa, 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 free from all old stories I've been told. I walk through the valley of my own shadow. Free from all old stories I've been told. I walk through the valley of my own shadow. Right, gonna learn the second verse today. Woo! Just warming up my porridge. Got oats, nuts, seeds soaking in there. We put a bit of hemp powder in it for protein. Pass on the gojis. Ooh, I might go for chocolate today. So I've got cacao and smush that up in there. And then we have coffee. And then I always put cardamom in my coffee because it actually helps with the intensity of the high. You know, that rush that you get when you drink coffee. It just slows it down. The cardamom helps the coffee go into the bloodstream just a little bit slower. So we'll leave that to brew. This is really hard to do with one hand. So my favourite thing to do on a Sunday morning with my breakfast is to sit down and watch my bestest friends in the whole world on their boat, on their YouTube channel, The Floating Home. And apparently I feature in this one, so I'm super excited to watch this. Let's go. From what I understand, an engine service is changing the filters, changing the oil, having to check over it. So I'm going to definitely change the filters. I've got some filters. I'm going to change the oil. I've just checked that it's the right viscosity. And I've got SAE 15 to 40, so it falls within the 10 to 50 viscosity. So I'm guessing that's good. Guessing, great. I also have a friend who is an engineer, a marine engineer. We became friends when I did the Canal Festival weekend, which is really nice. It's nice to connect with other boaters. And he just happened to be around, and I asked him to have a little look at the engine and kind of give me a rundown of what I need to do. And this is my diagram that I drew after he explained everything to me so I can remember. I'm feeling a bit anxious. I'm starting to burp. That's what happens when I get anxious. But hey, what's the worst that can happen? I'll have to get an engineer to come out here and it'll cost me money. Is that so bad? No. I can do this. I've got this feeling, and I've got an intuition that I should probably run the engine for a couple of minutes just to warm the oil up. Because if I'm getting rid of the oil and it's cold, it's going to be all like, ugh. But if it's warm, then it should come out easier. And then that means I don't have to do it right this second. Okay, let's do it. Just done a spider check. I think we're all right for now. So what have I got here? I've just run the engine and now I've turned it off so it's cooling down a little bit, and I'm gonna have a look at my filters. So I've got man filter, which is the oil filter. That's this baby. And then I have a fuel filter, I believe. Oh shit, no. I'm gonna have to refer back to my funny little diagram to see what kind of filter this is, because I've forgotten. Also got some disgusting rags for spillages and leakages. What else do I need? Probably some tools, likely a spanner. I have a bucket for the oil. And then of course I have the new oil and a funnel for the oil to go in. Alright, so here she is. She's not too warm. I believe this is where the coolant goes, because I've put coolant in here before. Whoop, made noise. Okay, it growled at me. This here is the pump, and here is a tap. This is where the oil comes out. Yeah, you can see. Fuel pump, the fuel filter, and the oil filter. That can't be it. There it is. Found you. I'm going to do the thing I'm most afraid of first, which is the oil, and then I'll do the filters. Come across my first problem. The oil's not coming out when I pump it, so I'm going to refer back to the manual. I'm looking for something like this for it to go anti-clockwise. Yeah, baby, found it. Awesome. Okay, so that's now in. Still nothing coming out, which is very odd. There's definitely oil in the system. Dipstick says so. No luck. That's okay. I'm gonna rethink and put in some coolant antifreeze stuff into the coolant antifreeze section. Lefty loosey. Oh. Smells like fuel. I have no idea what that is. I've got the old fuel filter here. That's got this nut and bolt on the bottom, and then this is the new one, so it's different. Okay, now let's fit it onto this dripping fuel tap. God, look at that. Wow, that's wicked. So I'm going to give it a clean. Or attempt to. Maybe this is how I can get all my oil out. Fucking hell. I'm going to now attach this new filter. One more thing I have to do is put in some water resistant grease into my stern greaser here. So the stern greaser, basically, as you can see, the pipe runs all the way to the back of the engine, to where the propeller and the engine meet. So water does come through there, and the grease stops the water coming through a lot. Try and undo it. Oh my god, righty tighty lefty loosey. Come on, Lucy! Come on, lefty Lucy! As you can see, there's no grease in there. And we have grease. This is something that gets done quite regularly. I turn the stern greaser every time I turn the engine on and every time I finish. Sorry, I don't mean just turn the engine on, I mean when I'm cruising, when I'm moving, when the propeller's moving. The engine's running, thank God. Although I didn't get the chance to do the oil, change the oil. We'll try that again another day. Got some degreasing hand cleaner here for proper engineers. Another regular maintenance job, and a fairly grim one at that, is to clear out my shower box. So my shower box is linked to the shower and to the bathroom sink. So all the water goes into this box. The box then has a little bilge pump in it which squirts the water out of the boat into the canal. Cleaned out the bilge pump. It doesn't look clean, but it is. And I found a loose wire, so I'm going to get some electrical tape and just put some on there. Voila! This piece of hawthorn that was gifted to me. Hawthorn is really great for carving, and as you can see, I whittled the wood so the barks come off. And this is a really great stick for scrumping. Scrumping being getting apples from trees, you know, get the tree moving from high places. And then in the winter, I really like to have it as my little sort of herb hanger. It's another day. I am going to attempt to get this oil, extract this oil out of the engine and then put some new oil in to complete my engine service. What I have here is my own manual pump. As the bilge pump on the engine's not working, I've got this one. So this is the intake pipe, which is attached to this tiny little tube here, which will suck out the oil, and then the discharge pipe will go into a bucket, and that's the idea. So let's give it a go. It's not working. I'm out of ideas. Just found out that the oil sump is where the oil is stored. So that should mean that I will be able to drain the oil out from the bottom. I'm gonna have a look. Alright, I'm sending you under so you can tell me what it looks like under there. There are multiple nuts and bolts. Perhaps if I undid one of them, then it would drain out. I also don't have anything to drain it out into that I can think of. I was wondering if I could makeshift something, but no. After being completely oil sumped, my friend came out to help me find the damn thing, and we got the pump working. We took it apart, we attached the new manual pump to the bilge pump, and voila, oil. 2 two minds are most certainly better than one. The engine has been running for about 15 minutes. Every time I hear a weird noise, my heart goes into my mouth. But it's probably just my imagination. I think we're good. Engine service. Done. You are done. Woohoo! A huge thank you to Sue, Lisa, Tomo, Don, Kevin, Ben, Adam and Lauren for your incredible donations. You guys are now tattooed on my hand. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting me. So that's it for another week. It's been a pleasure. See you next time.